Seems like there's nothing for me to do this morning. I guess they don't need me at the police department. Not that I mind. Oh man. I really did piss off Anna. I can't meet with her, damn it. That sucks. Wow, what did I do wrong? So that's the fucked up part, is that with Anna, I didn't, my character said something automatically that pissed her off. I didn't, maybe it only said something automatically because I picked choices that she didn't like. Fuck, I didn't mean to fuck that up. Alright, well, let's meet with Remy, so I haven't met him yet, and then if it gives me a second option, I'll do Kevin. So I'll get to know these guys a little bit better. Meet with Remy. He told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. Can't be too far after all. It was quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immaculate order permeating the chamber. It was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in for an afternoon or two, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around in wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from a more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here? Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to. Certainly, I just assumed you'd be done by now, Imra. Guess your assumption was wrong, then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Imra. I heard more movement, though I still could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself, and decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Of course. I heard him walk toward my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. No, hello, Cothrix. I didn't expect you so soon. Not like anything. Better to be safe than sorry. I don't know what that means. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Was that Imra? Yes. Oh. So this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it than that. I'm not just in charge of books, I'm a scholar and I study them too. For example, if the council requests knowledge on certain topics, like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it's part of my job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. So basically, you're an expert on everything? This sounds like... So basically, you're an expert on everything? No, I'm just an expert at finding information. Anyway, was there a particular reason you wanted to meet me? You're just too damn cute, that's why. I was interested in what you said the other day. I'll go with this option. You're just too damn cute, that's why. Don't say that. Either way, now that you're here, you could help me with something. I've got some books that need to be sorted over there. He wants me to sort... Wow! That's kind of an asshole move. I guess I'm gonna chalk that up to him being not really good in social situations. Him just immediately asking me to do something for him when I get here to visit him. Alright, how do I fit them in alphabetically? Alright, how do I fit them in? Alphabetically? Oh, no. The arrangement you see in this library is based on a sophisticated system that sorts everything in a very intuitive manner based on a number of criteria: genre, author, complexity, and age. As you can probably tell, we have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them by alphabet would be far from suff and efficient. What? That does sound very intuitive. That sounds complicated. It's not that hard. I'll show you. Basically, these 8 books you see over here were all part of a section that was moved, so they all need to be sorted into the new area. The problem is their labels are so old that they've started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They will get new labels soon, but until then we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hizak Akil, a writer on the subject of history, and a very prolific one, I might add. You will find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it's just a matter of placing them in the right order, from oldest to newest. I've written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Wow. Hints. The third war is directly... Oh, God, it's going to be a puzzle. The third war is directly preceded by the spark. The first war is preceded by the inception. The invention, not the third, seventh, or last book. The second war is the fourth book. There's only one book before the first war. The Enlightenment comes at some point after the third war. The first book is... Okay, I think I got it figured out. Jesus Christ. Alright. So it goes... Inception. Second book is... First War. Third book is The Tribe. Fourth book is Second War. Fifth book is Invention. Sixth book is The Spark. Seventh book is Third War. Eighth book is Enlightenment. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, you're done? Let me take a look then. Seems you got it all right. Well done, Cothrix. You brought Remy's books into the correct order. Whew, that was hard work. It gets easier with practice. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great, see you in a bit then. That was heavier than I thought. I lifted the box and carried it toward its shelf, but just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ow! I scrambled to gather the various items as the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything all right? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing a look of disapproval. He stooped over and helped me pick up the small objects. Yeah, I'm fine. I was mainly asking about the priceless artifacts you just dropped. Make fun of him for caring so much about the books and scrolls. Sorry. Well, it doesn't look like everything is broken. That could have ended up much worse. What is all this stuff, anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. What did you learn? Not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend, yet one we apparently share some history with. Sure, dragon telling me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization, living in caves and whatnot. We fought other creatures and amongst each other for resources and territory. One day, however, a human arrived who performed many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. What happened to them? And who were they, anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our numbers were dwindling from pointless conflicts. And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. What do you make of the story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for a sudden, unprecedented technological advancement in our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. I'm starting to think you already have a theory. Indeed, I take it you're familiar with the way the portals to which you traveled here actually work? Actually, I am. It's simple, really. There are spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, but their highly unstable nature means that they instantly collapse on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. The longer you keep talking about this, the less I care. God, you can be so mean. Fascinating stuff. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled across one of these natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them to our world. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or just the right one, if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, what I would give to know more about them. How do you know so much about the portal anyway? We found out a while ago, so we've had the time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I followed its developments with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't want to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far, the only thing it has done for us is locating your portal and connecting us to it. From the interface, it appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We were not even sure what it was capable of when we initially turned it on. Only after some time of being active did it actually find your portal, and only then were we able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters with us. Oh, you have no idea, especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be a human, of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. You've mentioned that before. How does that work? Do you have some kind of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It's more like an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself amongst them if it wasn't for the fact that I consider myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those who believe there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you, similar to what was ascribed to the humans in the past. Maybe you should worship me. Well, I can tell you there's nothing supernatural about me. And that's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to seeing everything your PDAs have to offer. I could show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have more important things to do while you're here. It's just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well, enough to explain how they work at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I just thought I'd be the kind of person who'd meet all of these requirements, and it turned out I was. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known there would be considerable risks in coming here. You volunteered as well when you came in to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. This is true, but by this point my interest among these things shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially, they wanted to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end they changed their minds due to security concerns, as I told you back then. I suppose that's why I'm also escorted by the police all the time. Yes, this was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected and advocated for more security. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick. How'd you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or foolish wouldn't be. I consider myself neither. I have to admit, I was too. I was speechless when I saw you. That wasn't just a side effect of the teleportation. To be fair, I would have been as well, if we didn't already know about humans and Reza. There was a moment of silence between us, and our eyes met briefly, when suddenly a loud call echoed through the building. Remy! I better go and see what this is about. Maybe it would be better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway, you can find my office toward the right. Wait for me there. All right. So this is your office, Remy. Rummage through your shaft, look in the drink his coffee, look in the mirror. I'll just wait. Let's wait for a bit. Nothing happened. Okay. Rummage through his trash. Look at his notebook. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover alone that this is not the cheap stuff, but the result of quality bookmaking. Alright, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting is terrible. Nope, can't make it out. Look at his computer. I wonder if their computers are similar to ours. Let's see. At a press of the button, the screen came to life, accompanied by a whir of machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appeared on the screen. Alia. Have you come here to beg me for mercy? No, Alia, we've come to stop you. Your reign of terror over the land of Morma is over. We are outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. The area is teeming with my soldiers, outnumbering you by thousands to 1. But I don't even need them. Who knows? If you survive long enough, you might just see why I'm called Alia the Ascended. Oh, you pompous... Calm down, Edith. Focus. I'm sorry it has to come to this, Alia, but this ends now. Ronan, get them. Grrr. Battle start. Edith uses Whirlwind. Ronan takes 326 damage. Bonar uses Earthquake. Ronan takes 465 damage. Grrr. Ronan invokes Cosmic Horror. Bonar takes a... Bonar is his name. Bonar takes 1,089 damage. Razor takes 1,205 damage. If PC ran into a problem and needs to restart, we're just collecting some error info and we'll restart for you. 0% complete. What the? Hey, what are you doing? I think I broke it. Oh no, let me take a look. Why did you even touch the computer? I just wanted to see what was on it. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game. What's wrong? When you touched the computer, you saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little. I'd saved specifically at that moment to play it later, and now it's all gone. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation, so many hours spent grinding just to get there. I can't do all of that again. You wouldn't understand. Actually, I do. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I come from. I see. Well, at least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what's that bed? It looks like you live here. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips and can use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrist wherever we went. Is that so? Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything in particular, now is the time. Are you available? Can't really think of anything. I guess it's time to go then. I'd rather not annoy the employees by staying longer than we should. Anyway, thanks for your help. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. How about a kiss? Can't really think of anything. How about you invite me over to dinner sometime? That's fine with me. You've got my number, so call me about it when you have the time. I will. Have a nice evening. You too. We parted amicably, or so I thought. Amicably. Would I see him again? I wasn't sure, but I kept his number just in case.